So guys, everybody wants to play beautiful tennis. I'm doing a beautiful tennis challenge. People are signing up for it like crazy. They want to have amazing technique. But I can tell you from running a ton of camps here for adults is that the thing that keeps you from having really nice looking strokes more than anything is court positioning mistakes, being in the wrong place, the wrong time, and then your technique breaks down. When you get into a more comfortable hitting position, you hit much better balls. By the way, if you haven't signed up yet for the 5-day Play Beautiful Tennis Challenge, you can do so somewhere around this page or this link. But anyway, let me go through the 3 problem areas that I see over and over again and what you need to do to fix it. The first one is this red cone right here. And that is that once a rally gets established, people stay right on the line or inside of the line. We can see if we're staying right on the line as the rally develops, you cannot guarantee that you're going to hit everything out in front. So if a ball comes deep, and especially if you don't know how to hit open stance nice and you go to step in, you're going to be late. All right, and I see a lot of people getting jammed and stuck here, and then they either make an unforced error, they give an easy ball to the net person right there. So if you're watching the pros, I like to think about Roger Federer. Even Roger Federer, who's one of the most aggressive on-the-rise players, once a baseline rally is established, he's way back here. This guarantees him that he can stay neutral in a rally, so sometimes he doesn't need to move forward or take the ball on the rise, even sometimes going in further, or back up if he needs to play some defense. Right here, you're stuck. You can't play good neutral tennis and you can't play good defense. You better hope everything's just hitting nice and comfortable out in the midcourt for you, which is just not realistic to happen. Mistake number 2 is getting caught and stuck in no man's land. And there's a couple of different scenarios I want to talk about that gets people stuck and in trouble in no man's land. Number 1 is when you get that weak second serve. Every time I run a camp, like, how many people play somebody who has a weak second serve that you think you'd take advantage of? Everybody raised their hand. Everybody's like, yes, I play people like that. So it makes sense to stand in close. But after you hit the ball, you can't stand here and watch to see what happens. So people will stand, hit a return, and then they're just here, or maybe they move one step back or they get to the red cone, right? So they're stuck between somewhere here in the red cone if they're not approaching the net. And then within a shot or two, again, one catches them at their feet. They might make an unforced error. A lot of people, as a defense mechanism, will say, yes, but I'm worried about the short drop shot. Guys, I run camps all the time, like almost every weekend now for adults. And if you're interested, by the way, let me know. Email me at crunchtimecoaching@gmail.com. But the amount of times you're getting burned with a little short drop shot versus the unforced errors you're making at the baseline, if you can just clean up the baseline and no man's land, you're going to be playing so much better tennis. So we're going to do an exercise here in a minute that you're going to have to do if you want to get rid of this. The third big mistake I see is getting stuck in secret no man's land. Okay, so secret no man's land, I call it this because no one really talks about it, but you see this killing club players all day long, is that they will see an easy ball, they'll close, and then they stay here when they don't put the ball away. And then they're going to get lobbed very easily. Okay, they're going to be out of position, not going to be able to cover the court as well. So what you want to do is have like an automatic alarm bell that when you cross in the secret no man's land, because just like regular no man's land, we want to hit a lot of balls in secret no man's land. This is where we can put balls away, but a lot of times we're not going to finish the job. So when we don't finish the job, when we come here and volley it, we got to be aware, like, that's not going to be put away. We got to recover fast with a big step back and position ourselves in what I call pole position. That's somewhere in the middle from the net to the service line. That's where you ultimately want to be. And then you want to go forward and back from there or stay neutral for your volleys. So here's the big mistake. You think, okay, thank you, Peter. I really appreciate that you told me all this. Now I know how to do it right. No, your mind knows, but your body doesn't know. One of the best lines I got was from $1 Million Baby, and Morgan Freeman says, you just can't tell yourself to forget everything you know. You have to forget it in your bones. So you have to train this stuff. And so the exercise I'm going to bring you through today is something I want you to do. It's not going to be exhausting. It's going to be some footwork, but it's more meant to be aware and train your body to get in and out of positions. And you have to do this. If you feel silly then that's just a sign that you need to do more of it, okay? So these are great things you can do by yourself with no one else around, so that when you start to play matches, you automate your responses. You're not being cerebral out there and thinking, okay, well, what did that video say? Where should I go now? That's too late. You got to develop boxer instincts, okay? So you have to automate your intelligent responses. So let's try this. First scenario I want you to practice is when you're serving. Lots of people don't recover very well. So we're going to have no tennis ball. You don't need a tennis ball. And the more you can really get into this make-believe world and pretend you're actually playing a real point, it's going to be better for you. So what we're going to do is, most players that I teach over 40, they don't jump on their serve. They kind of come here and walk through the serve. So we're going to land here, and we're going to push off and recover. Then we'll probably be about here when we hit our first shot. We're going to hit that shot, and then we're going to cover another step back. And this is where we want to play. There was one guy I had this weekend. I had to really keep telling him, move back, kept getting stuck, kept missing shots. He finally got back there, and he was hitting so much better. It was crazy how much more time he had, how much more smooth his strokes had. So before you fight me and say, oh, that's not going to work, I can't get all the way back there, just try it, okay? So here we go. We're going to play 2 points like this so we can start to automate our response. I'm going to come here, throw up the ball, land, push back, get set, hit one ground stroke, back again. Now I'm going to hit 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay? We'll do that one more time. Again, this is important to go through. You don't need to go through it super fast. You don't need to be worried about breaking a huge sweat when you do this. You just need to start to make your body automate these movements. You want to do these exercises over and over again, not just one time. Here we go. Get here. Step in. Come back. Hit your first shot. Step back again. Now we're in our neutral rally position. This is where we want to be. You can do that on the forehand and backhand side. The next thing that we're going to practice today is we're going to get into no man's land, hitting a weak return. Some we're going to run into the net, hit a volley. Some we're going to retreat back into a baseline rally. Okay, so scenario number 1, they have a weak serve, but they're putting just enough on it, and we're not attacking the net. We like to get back in a one-up, one-back situation. That's absolutely fine. So we're going to hit a nice, steady return cross court, and then we're going to move back and hit a ground stroke, and then move back and hit another ground stroke. Remember, we're probably going to take our about 2 shots back here to get into the optimal position. All right? And by then, lots of times the point should be over. All right, here we go. So I'm here. I get set. I'm going to return a nice ball. I'm going to get back, split step, hit a shot, get back, and hit my next shot. Now I've established a neutral rally position. Let's do that one more time, okay? Here you go. I'm getting set. I'm looking at the serve, split step, short backswing, get it back, move back, get set, hit a ground stroke, get back, hit our next ground stroke. All right, now what we're going to practice is that we have a weak second serve, and we're going to chip and charge. So we're going to move through the return. I like to practice chips, and I like to really think about, where do I want this chip? To me, the biggest stealing candy from a baby move is hit a nice little short chip shot off the court and then volley it back to where the server just served it to you. Here I am, guys. So now I'm going to get the weak second serve. I want to move to the ball. I don't want to wait on the ball. As much real estate forward as I can eat up without overcrowding the ball, the better. Because then that means I am going to be on the net very quickly, get into pole position as soon as I can, and then I'm going to cross over into secret no man's land, try and put the ball away, but then recover. So here I go. So I'm here. I'm chipping it short. I'm coming on in. I'm trying to put that ball away. I'm in secret no man's land. I've got to get out of there. I'm going to recover, and then let's say they hit a lob, and now I'm going to hit an overhead. Let's do that again. And this time I'm going to lob. This is one of my other favorite plays. I'm going to lob and stop on the service line, get an overhead. Why I stop on the service line? Because a lot of times when people lob, they, again, charge right into secret no man's land. Don't do that. Stop on the service line, because most likely if you hit a good lob, you're going to get an overhead. So I'm going to get an overhead, Then they're going to hit a nice little floater where I can charge the secret no man's land. I'm trying to put the ball away, but I didn't. So now I got to recover back out of that into pole position. All right, here we go. Definitely practice this stuff, guys. Just don't watch this video. All right, here I am. I'm going set. I'm going to bump lob, get on in. Oh, easy overhead. I'm going to hit it cross court. Oh, but they got that. I'm going to charge in, try and put it away. Didn't put it away. Get back in the pole position. Hit another volley. So if you really like that video and you haven't signed up for the 5-day Beautiful Tennis Challenge yet, make sure that you look, if you're on social media, it's somewhere in the description link. If sometimes I'll send out a web page where you can sign up and I'll have the video there. Wherever it is, make sure that you sign up. This lesson's actually inside of the challenge, as well as about 20 other videos that are all designed to have you hitting picture perfect forehands, backhands, serves, and volleys. So hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, and we'll see you on the next video.